Signal, track mic area was shot. Reaction now.
If Ball State University has its way, parents will soon be notified of their child's drug and alcohol arrest. Good evening, it's 5:30. I'm Melissa Rossame.
And I'm Josh Witzman. Student leaders say they are outraged over the proposal being brought forth by the university. Under the plan, the university would send a letter to parents whose children are under the age of 21. Now, they would receive the letter if they've had a drug or alcohol violation, and that violation could occur on or off campus. University officials say the violations would be judged on a case-by-case basis. That would help prevent a situation between parents and students with negative relationships. The Student Government Association opposes the plan because they maintain students are over the age of 18 are legal adults. However, the university can legally send the letters under the 1998 Family Educational Right to Privacy Act.
Funding for schools and universities could see large cuts in the next couple of years. Lawmakers go back to work May 14th to try to balance Indiana's next two-year budget. Democrats say if cigarette and gambling taxes aren't raised, funding for education will have to be set back $1.3 billion. Half of the state's spending is for education, which makes it the prime target for additional cuts.
Four nonprofit groups are suing the state of Indiana over its no-call list. The joint federal lawsuit was filed against the no-call law that took effect January 1st. Four nonprofits representing disabled veterans, state law enforcement, police chiefs, and school prayer advocates say they rely on telemarketing to raise funds. In court documents, they claim the law violates their First Amendment rights. Indiana Attorney General Steve Carter says he will defend the law.
A Muncie pet shop manager is facing criminal charges. Many customers have complained McDonald's Pet and Gift Shop neglects mice and hamsters in the store and sells sick animals. The Muncie Animal Shelter has received many complaints in recent years about the bad odor and filth of the store. Manager Marie Williams allegedly waited on customers without washing her hands after she threw dead mice into a trash can. Williams faces charges of animal cruelty and criminal recklessness.
Former Indiana State Trooper David Cam still maintains he did not murder his wife and two children in September of 2000. We apologize for some lighting problems we're having right now. However, a judge has sentenced 38-year-old Cam to 195 years in prison. Prosecutors sought to prove Cam shot his wife in the head during a struggle, there the lights come back on, and then climbed into her vehicle where the children were and shot them. Authorities believe Cam committed the murders to pursue other women and collect insurance money.
Well, IU is cleaning up after the men's NCAA championship game. The university racked up $38,000 in overtime costs from disturbances. Disciplinary action may be handed out next week for the 55 students arrested on campus. The IU Dean of Students says students may be suspended if they were involved in the disturbances. Those who destroyed property or have a previous disciplinary record could face lengthy suspensions.
In other college news, one IUPUI student could be facing racial harassment charges for allegedly sending racist emails to over 100 faculty, staff, and students at the IUPUI campus. The student's name has not been released. The Indianapolis Star reports a letter has been sent to the student, which includes allegations of violating the Student Conduct Code. The prosecutor's office will look over the university's findings. The student could be warned or expelled from school if he or she is found guilty.
A partnership in Indiana skies could save Hoosiers money. 5 regional airports are working together in an attempt to offer new air service in Indiana. The Gary Chicago, South Bend, Evansville, Terre Haute, and Purdue University airports will share the cost of pursuing a federal grant. The grant money would be used to offer lawmakers, business owners, and others interstate flights at reasonable rates. And speaking of the skies, it was beautiful out today, wasn't it?
It sure was, and our own Katie Collins joins us with a look at what we saw out there today.
It's been an absolutely gorgeous day outside, and there are quite a few people out here taking advantage of the warm weather. As you can see, there are tons of people out here on the grass. They're out here studying, hanging out with friends, and there's also quite a few people down by Frog Baby. I've even seen a few people take off their shoes and put their feet in the water to help them cool off. So it's 78 degrees out here. We've got a nice, calm, gentle breeze. It's absolutely wonderful being out here, and I actually think I'm going to stay out here for a few minutes longer and soak up a little bit more sun. But then I'll be back in the studio with the rest of your forecast.
Definitely take advantage of that warm weather out there, Katie, and we'll see you later on. Well, a note if you're traveling home tonight, a fire on the northeast side of Indianapolis off Interstate 69 has damaged a construction site. Witnesses reported seeing smoke as far as 38th and Fall Creek. No injuries have yet been reported. The building is the site of a future Menards home improvement center, so definitely be careful if you're traveling on 69. Colin Powell has a busy weekend planned overseas, plus the United Nations may be expanding. We'll have the details.
And we'll take a look at a popular form of alternative medicine to see if it really works. All that and more when NewsCenter at 5:30 returns.
Colin Powell has arrived in Israel. The Secretary of State plans to meet with both Prime Minister Ariel Sharon and Palestinian leader Yasser Arafat.
Israel has pulled out of 24 small West Bank towns and villages, but moved into another. CNN's Skip Loescher has more on the development in the Middle East.
Secretary of State Colin Powell arrives in Israel, hoping to push the Israelis and the Palestinians towards discussions which could lead to a negotiating summit.
We look forward not only to find a way that will bring the violence down and get a ceasefire in place if that is possible.
Powell will meet Friday with Prime Minister Ariel Sharon and then move on Saturday to Ramallah for discussions with Palestinian Chairman Yasser Arafat. The White House admits getting both sides to end the violence is a very difficult mission, but it is what Powell will try to do.
Create an environment that reduces the violence, that hopefully leads to a ceasefire.
Fleischer says the president still wants Israel to withdraw from Palestinian territories. But while Israel has withdrawn from a couple of towns, Sharon says he is in no hurry to pull out of most places his troops now occupy.
We're not intending to pull out, not from Jenin, not from Nablus, not from Ramallah, and not from other places where we are now, like Bethlehem.
So the Israeli incursion continues, leaving food and water in short supply in Palestinian neighborhoods and refugee camps, and deteriorating sanitary conditions. There are cries for help.
People are under siege for about 10 days. We are under siege. We are suffering a great deal.
On both sides, skepticism that Secretary Powell will be able to bring about a political solution, at least right now. In Washington, I'm Skip Loescher.
An international criminal court could be coming soon to the United Nations. At a ceremony at UN headquarters in New York today, 10 more countries ratified a treaty establishing the court. The United Nations now has 6 more countries than they originally needed to establish the court. The tribunal is expected to go into operation next year at The Hague. The United States has not officially ratified the treaty.
Turning to health news, American doctors will get some help in the fight against anthrax. A group of drug makers will distribute brochures describing anthrax, making it easier for healthcare workers to identify and treat patients affected by the virus. The guides will be circulated in 13 cities nationwide. Representatives of the drug industry suggested the program. Alternative medicine is starting to become a bigger option for patients today. One of its oldest forms is acupuncture.
It is also one of the best known and most studied forms of holistic medicine. But what are those studies? What have they really proven? CNN's Christy Fagg has more.
100%.
When Richard Miller strained his back, the first therapy he sought was acupuncture.
3 treatments and I was back to work full-time.
After years of periodic back strain, he says for him, it works best.
Physical therapy, hot, cold packs. Those would be some of the primary traditional things I've tried. They all had temporary relief.
In traditional Chinese medicine, it's thought that meridians or channels run throughout the body. Acupuncture points line those channels, and the body's energy runs through them. It's a disruption in the energy, practitioners believe, that causes illness. So they adjust the disruption with the points.
It looks like they are real things. As we study them from a Western standpoint, we find that the electrical conductance at acupuncture points is higher than the surrounding skin area.
Studies show acupuncture works well for pain.
We know that stimulation of acupuncture points stimulates certain chemicals in the brain that changes the way the brain perceives pain.
Dr. Gary Kaplan is a leading physician and acupuncturist.
The best studies as far as demonstrating the efficacy of acupuncture are for osteoarthritis of the knee, for nausea and vomiting associated with chemotherapy, and the nausea and vomiting associated with pregnancy, and for dental pain.
For problems like asthma and high blood pressure, the scientific jury is still out. Studies show for some diseases, like cancer, acupuncture should never be used alone. In Washington, I'm Christy Feig.
What do you think of that acupuncture?
I don't know. I think I'd be a little scared. I'm not too fond of needles.
I think I would too. And now, miraculously back in the studio after her warm vacation outside.
How was that?
It was wonderful. I still wish I was outside, but I'm back in here with you guys now, so that's fine. There's quite a few people outside. They were playing out in the sun, and I just want to give everybody a reminder, if you get a sunburn, that can lead to blisters on your skin, premature wrinkles, and even skin cancer. So it's really important to definitely put on some sunscreen when you go outside.
And what's a good SPF number to get?
Most people would be all right with 30, but if you're really fair-skinned like me, you might want to get 50.
Okay.
But both of you should be able to get by with like 15.
Okay.
All right, well, thanks for the advice.
And you'll, of course, have more at the forecast.
Right, I will have more coming up shortly. Absolutely warm around the state today. As you can see, 73 up in South Bend, all the way down to Evansville at 79. We're sitting at 78 degrees right now. I can't wait to get back outside and enjoy that warm weather. Currently, again, 78 degrees. It is sunny and warm. Wind is southwest at 8 miles per hour. On the satellite, you can see there's a lot of cloud cover. Just to our west, that should continue moving up to the north, but it will come into our area later tonight, and we may see some showers come from this. We are also looking later into the week to see maybe some rain coming up from the Gulf. Again, right now, the showers are sitting mainly in Wisconsin and Minnesota. They could continue to move into our area tonight. The only precipitation we're going to worry about for the rest of the week is going to come probably out of the Gulf, and we may see it come into the area tomorrow. Tonight's lows, we're going to see 50s. So it's going to be very nice out tonight, maybe for an evening stroll, go rollerblading or bicycle riding tonight. It's going to be wonderful out. Tonight, again, it's going to be cloudy. We could see some showers late tonight. Low 56 degrees, southwest wind at 10 miles per hour. For tomorrow morning, we're looking at temperatures right around 49, maybe a little bit into the 50s. It's going to be mostly cloudy, southwest wind at 12 miles per hour. And for the highs tomorrow, again, we're going to be in the 60s and 70s. So going to be another wonderful day as far as temperature goes. We could see some mid-70s, hopefully, tomorrow at late afternoon. Tomorrow, probably more towards the evening, we could see some possible thunderstorms in the area. We're going to see a high of 75. Again, I say this could get a little bit warmer than just, 65. Wind southwest at 12 miles per hour. And for our 3-day outlook, Saturday it's going to be partly cloudy. Again, the temperatures are going to be in the 60s pretty much all week. Sunday, it's going to be rainy. We will see temperatures drop back down into the 50s, but they're going to go right back up on Monday, again with some more sunshine. So looking up for next week, I mean, we could have more days like today. That's a definite possibility.
Oh, great.
I tell you what, Katie, it is so great to see a 3-day forecast without the hint of snow in it. I think we finally bridged it into spring.
Right. I think that we finally are in spring. Maybe no more snow for the year. That would definitely make me happy.
I know Alyssa's ready to break out the suntan lotion.
Oh, definitely.
And start sunbathing. All right, thanks, Katie.
All right, and now Zach Sebastian's going to join us with sports. I know last week we had a story about some gum that was chewed that was up on online in an auction. I got that.
Yes, Luis Gonzalez, and now they're taking bids on it. And you're not going to believe the prices. And last night, some Cardinals were flexing their muscles. I'll have that and more next on sports. The 66th Masters got underway this afternoon, and Retief Gosselin, who has won more tournaments around the world than anybody over the past 10 months, has a hot streak continued today with a 3-under 69 for the clubhouse lead. A large pack at 70 includes Tiger Woods, Jose Mario Asabo, Chris DeMarco, and Ernie Els. Big news came off the course as well as Arnold Palmer announced that Friday would be his final competitive round at Augusta. Plus, Sam Snead participated in his 62nd straight Masters on Thursday, hitting a ceremonial first first tee shot that flew right into the gallery and broke a spectator's glasses. Snead, who is 89, is recovering from a stroke-like symptoms that he suffered about 6 weeks ago. He hit the opening tee shot every year since 1984, although this might have been his most eventful one. Well, Mr. and Mrs. Ball State competition was held last night at Emmons. Two seniors muscled their way to victory. Daniel Underwood and Nikki Warner beat out 11 of 8 competitors, respectively, in a competition that included various rounds of group and individual flex-offs. Underwood credits his success to Arnie, Arnold Schwarzenegger Encyclopedia of Modern Bodybuilding, a book given to him by a friend, he says. On Monday, the Colts were willing to top the Saints' offer to keep him in Indianapolis. Colts coach Tony Dungy jumped into the recruiting pitch and did it so well that Pathon considered returning to the team without a guarantee of starting. The Colts already have Marvin Harrison, Reggie Wayne, and Quadri Ismail under contract and didn't want to lose the restricted free agent Terrence Wilkins. Yet today, Pathon agreed to a contract which included a $1 million signing bonus and a $525,000 first-year base, which finished 3 intense days of recruiting that Pathon's head was spinning. The Saints had been trying to sign Pathon since last week. Now on to the hardwood. Lonnie Jones made the most of his Portsmouth visit. Jones played 26 minutes in the first game for Freedom Automotive. The 7-foot center led his team in scoring with 14 points while tallying 8 rebounds and a team-best 2 blocks. In his second game, he had 5 points, 6 boards while rejecting 5 shots. Draft experts are predicting that Jones could go as high as the second round in the NBA draft. Now, as I reported last week, the newest baseball collectible item on the market, despite concerns about authenticity, the bids keep rolling in for the piece of bubblegum supposedly chewed by Arizona Diamondbacks all-star Luis Gonzalez. A 19-year-old Milwaukee man placed a $3,000 bid for the gum Thursday. The highest bid Monday will get used for the gum. In recent days, questions about the gum's authenticity also surfaced earlier this week. The security guard who was said to have retrieved the gum for Gabbert disputed the account, saying the gum was not Gonzalez's. In an interview Thursday, Gabbert said that most people don't have many qualms about the gum's authenticity and that he expects bids to increase considerably by Monday's deadline. In an effort to resolve the issue, Gonzalez agreed to chew another piece of gum in front of witnesses Thursday and forward the gum to an Arizona radio station. And that'll be it for sports.
That is probably one of the strangest things I've ever heard.
I know.
Yes,
All over a piece of gum.
All over a piece of gum and $3,000 for it.
Wow.
Amazing.
That's how to make some money.
Yep.
Coming up after the break, Katie Collins will have your wake-up weather.
And New York City is home to a new kind of night spot. Stay tuned to find out more.
New York City is home to a new kind of night spot designed to bring out both the voyeur and the exhibitionist. It combines elements of reality TV, surveillance cameras, and teleconferencing. Jeannie Most did a little eavesdropping.
Remember the days when the standard opening line was, "Can I buy you a drink?" That's an interesting haircut you have.
Right up to the camera. There we go.
Bingo. Cute boy right there.
It's just another night out at the remote lounge.
You might not find what you're looking for, but you'll find something.
Sit yourself down in front of what they call a cocktail console. It's very Jetsons.
Yes, that was part of the idea.
Check out the view from some 50 cameras. If you spot someone you like, send a message to their monitor and hope they pick up the phone.
Would you like to say hello to what you're looking at?
Press A.
We want to, oh, not that boy. We want the other boy.
Cruel as high school.
We love this guy. Aw, he's cute.
And eventually they got to talk to him.
Hey, how you doing?
Yeah, I'm an amateur at this.
So you speak Czech? That's nice. Actually, my first language is Croatian, so we can bond on Slavic tones.
Not being face-to-face is supposed to lessen the fear of rejection.
We sort of see the cameras and all the cocktail consoles as being a bit of a social lubricant.
Some were already lubricated enough.
Can you rip your shirt off?
Can you bring my friend a cigarette? The hairdresser's gonna deliver.
And how about a light?
Here it comes.
If the camera on your console moves, someone's watching you.
Could you take your glasses off? Because I can't see your eyes. Wouldn't it be just easier to wave across the room and say, hey?
I remember one night some girl was lifted her shirt, was doing something crazy, and there was a group of guys around, and even though she was right next to them, they were watching her on the monitor.
Check out the control room,
which actually generates all of our 77 channels of video.
The 3 owners are looking for investors so they can open remote lounges in other cities. Forget privacy. A sign warns you waive that right at the door. At least there are no cameras in the restrooms.
All right, do some tricks, girls. Can you give us some tricks? Yeah, there you go.
You can use your joystick to pan the cameras, but there's no zoom. Nevertheless,
you're checking out breasts. That is so bad.
Get off my boobs, dude.
You can even press a button to take photos. They end up posted on the Remote Lounge website. Even the jokes here are remotely funny.
What did the Dalai Lama say to the hot dog vendor?
Make me one with everything.
Make me one with everything.
Make me one with everything.
Oh! Jeannie Moe, CNN, New York.
I don't even know if I can react to that. That's a little strange.
Different kind of a party, I guess.
Maybe that's where we need to go to find a date.
To meet some new people.
Is that what we need to do?
And no fear of rejection.
There you go. Well, Katie Collins joins us with one last look at that forecast.
Right. Again, tonight it's going to be absolutely beautiful outside. We're going to be seeing lows around 56. We could see some rain showers, but it won't be until later tonight. Tomorrow morning, we're going to see temperatures right around 50 degrees, and the sun will be out tomorrow. Possible T-storms, high around 65, maybe up in the 70s. And for the 3-day Saturday, it's going to be sunny. Sunday, it's going to rain. And Monday, again, sun. So it doesn't look too bad. I think next week we're going to see quite a bit of sun.
Okay, pretty
Looks
decent
good.
forecast. Thanks, Katie. Well, coming up at 9:30, we'll have a follow-up on a story we did earlier this year on Sterling University apartments. We'll also have an update on the crisis in the Middle East. And NewsCenter's Milan Willie will have your weather for this weekend. Be sure to tune in for NewsCenter at 9:30. Well, thanks for joining us for NewsCenter at 5:30. I'm Alyssa Rossame.
And I'm Josh Woodsman. NewsCenter 43 is an official CNN Student Bureau. Be sure to join Amy Barnett and myself for NewsCenter at 9:30. Have a good evening. Abby?